Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, a new planty video. It is me, Desiree, and today I'm going to be talking about this planter that was sent to me from Olle Gardens. It was a galvanized bottomless planter. And I had never seen anything like that before. I also had never heard of no-dig gardening. I heard Garden Answer talk about it one time, but she hasn't really done a video on it. But I just kind of started thinking about it and I thought, well, let's try out the no-dig gardening thing. For one, it seems cheaper than filling the container with soil. So I do have a little video that I'll show them what we did, what we planted, all that kind of stuff, as well as my review of the container. So this was sent to us from Olle Gardens. They sent us 2 of them, but we only set up 1 so far. It's a 42-inch diameter. I don't know why I couldn't visualize how big 42 inches was, but it was way bigger than expected, way sturdier than expected too. I honestly thought this was gonna be like cheap crap and it was going to be like flimsy sides and we all had to pick it up to carry it because it was going to fall apart. But no, it's super sturdy, very well constructed, and we put it together ourselves. Well, I say we, but I supervised and my boyfriend did the whole thing. I didn't help him at all. He put it together in about an hour. Each little shingle comes with like protective film on each one, no scratches, anything like that. He did use a drill, so it seemed a little faster. I think it comes with a little tool, which I think would take a while, but you could still do it. It was very easy and it was very lightweight. I was able to pick this thing up by myself. It was very lightweight, but also very sturdy and heavy. Like, it's not gonna blow away in the wind if you have it outside empty, you know? So we did try out the no-dig gardening thing. We did like a layer of paper, like newspaper. No, we didn't do newspaper. We used the paper bags that we kind of had because I thought, well, let's just use what we have rather than going to buy newspaper. So we used the paper bags. Then I was reading a whole bunch of different stuff about no-dig gardening and everyone had a different method, but overall it was kind of the same. You do like the paper, cardboard, whatever you want on the bottom. And then you could throw like food scraps or like some food scraps, not everything. You could throw all kinds of, I had went around and picked all the yellow leaves off my plants that day. I threw all those in there. I threw some dead plants in there, old soil. Like I just filled all the plant like debris that I had, threw it on the bottom. Then we did like a layer of, it could either be compost or manure. We went with manure because it was like $1 a bag and I wasn't trying to spend $1 million to fill up this container. The manure and then alfalfa. And then we just layered it up like that, watered each layer in. And I think that's it. That's all we did. I don't know if we did it right or not. But everyone seemed to have a different method, but it all kind of seemed the same, where it was compost, manure, and then a layer of straw or hay. And I have seen people use like the actual straw. Other people used actual hay. That's what we went with. It was very cost effective, I think, to do it this way because it only cost $2. I bought 2 bags of manure. The big old thing of hay was like $20, and we used like a quarter of the bag to put all in this planter. So we ended up planting up a dino melon. My boyfriend actually grew this plant from seed. We bought the dino melon at the store. It's kind of like a honeydew, but like a little more delicious. It was the dino melon. He grew a bunch of the plants. We probably had like 10 of them. And we planted 1 of those in there. I planted some flower seeds around the perimeter and then 2 corns because I didn't know what to plant in there. I didn't want to just do a bunch of vegetables or a bunch of flowers. I threw just whatever we had and we'll see how it goes. So overall, the experience was really easy. Putting it together, carrying it to the backyard, buying the supplies to fill it, I thought was very cost effective. And it's weatherproof, rust proof, all that kind of proof. It's gonna, I think, be okay season to season. Obviously this, I've only had it for a couple weeks, so I don't have that experience yet, but we shall see next year how it holds up with, you know, the elements like the summer and then the extreme cold, all that kind of stuff, you know, the rain that we get and the snow. So we'll see how it is next summer, but I would assume it's gonna be pretty sturdy and not rust or anything like that. So as you can see in the video, my boyfriend did want to help with the project, but he didn't want to be on camera. So I kind of had to angle it a little bit and we just did the layers and layers and my dog was out there supervising too. This planter was also bottomless, which I was not expecting. I've never seen a planter like that before. I've never really used any sort of galvanized planters for any reason. I did have to go clear out all the weeds and I think that the the paper layer on the bottom is meant for weed suppression, like to keep them from coming up, I think. I did go through and cut like by the root all of the weeds, so hopefully it holds up. But even then, like there's enough stuff layered on top that I think it's gonna kind of help hold it down a little bit. So I'm looking on their website right now and I don't see the one that I received, like the 42-inch round ones. I don't see that on their website, but I do see them on Amazon. So they do sell on their website and on Amazon. Although on Amazon, I did notice the prices fluctuated because when we were in the process of getting these and we were looking into them, the prices kept fluctuating on Amazon, but I think that's just what Amazon does. I think the prices fluctuate all the time. If you're interested in any of these planters, I'll link their website down in the description box. It's not an affiliate or anything like that. I don't get anything from you clicking on that link, but I just wanted to give them a shout out. They sent me the planter and I love it. I think it's gorgeous. They do have it in several colors. Like they have a light green one, like a sage green, which I think would have been a nice one. They have the regular silver ones, but we went with the midnight gray, which is like a nice gray with a tinge of blue in it, which I think is really pretty and nice contrast with all the green that's in the back. And like hopefully it grows and fills out with a lot of greenery, but I think it would be a nice contrast with the blue. And this morning I did go check on the plant to make sure it survived. So it's the next day now. Here is the container all done. Look at my pumpkin. We transplanted these from the front yard and look, it's growing. I'm so excited because they were wilted as heck the day after, but they're looking good now. Anyway, back to the container. So here it is all done. It's the next day now and I'm glad this little dino melon didn't wilt. I thought it was gonna, I don't know, wilt with transplant, but it's doing really well. I mean, it's only been a day, but so far so good. Everything settled in. I think it did rain last night, which was nice because this needs to be like, I think we were supposed to water every single layer. But you know, it's good. I'm sure it's all wet in there now. But here's the container. Let me show you a little bit more about it. It's super duper sturdy. All of the pieces line up perfectly so they're flush with each other. I know there's like a little tiny gap here, but on the inside, it's perfectly flush with each piece. So the water is not going to seep out like down here where the soil is. It's not going to be leaking out of the sides or anything. I didn't notice any of that happening, even with the rain and the water we were putting in it. It's completely like sealed, closed. This is like rust proof and weatherproof. Obviously we've only had it for a little bit, so I don't know how the longevity of that is. I'm assuming we'll see how it goes all summer or the rest of the summer and next year and see how it looks. But I'm going to assume it's going to look just as good. It does have this nice like weather stripping on the top just to kind of make it look really nice. There is a piece right here though where it didn't line up perfectly, but you know, just a minor little flaw, nothing really a big deal. But yeah, I'm super happy with this planter. I'm so excited to have it. We do have another one, like I said, but we haven't set it up yet because we don't really know what else to plant in it. We do have a lot of these dino melon plants, probably, I don't know, 8 more. So maybe we'll just do like a whole dino melon garden because we got to plant them somewhere. They're kind of sitting in the nursery pots right now. But yeah, oh my God, look, another flower. I'm so excited. I mean, you know, the plants didn't transplant that well, but there are still some new leaves on here and they're looking okay. So I think they're gonna pull through. And that's that. I think it looks great. I'm very excited to have this. And when we have other stuff to plant, maybe in the spring of next year, we'll put up the other one and have like them next to each other maybe. But another great thing about these containers is they're super lightweight and you can put them anywhere you want. And I think that's one of the benefits with no-dig gardening is you can put a garden wherever you want. You could put it right on top of your grass. You could put it on top of like rocks. Obviously like something level would be ideal, but you don't have to worry about like mending the soil or anything like that because you're gonna fill it with your own stuff. You just gotta have that weed suppressant, whether you have the cardboards with the holes poked in them, a thick layer of newspaper or something like that. But you could pretty much put these anywhere. I've seen people put them on top of their grass, like just to create a raised bed there. I think this would be interesting to put, cause in our backyard, there's a dirt, like it's dirt with rocks, like it's just sand. Like I don't really think I would really want to go out of my way to dig through that hard dirt to like amend it and plant something. So something like this I think would be great to put in our back, like in our backyard against the back fence where that kind of dirt is at. So I'm very much looking forward to that now that I had that idea. I might do that maybe this weekend. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Thank you, Olle Gardens, for sending me this planter. I'm loving it. And yeah, if you have experience with the no-dig gardening thing, let me know what your experience has been. Do you layer it differently than I do? I mean, I'm new. I don't know anything about anything. But I appreciate your insight and your tips and tricks on no-dig gardening. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.